but to you, Rod. First off, I want you to explain yourself because you got people listening. So let everybody know what you do and what you're capable of, man. Let everybody know about your talents.
Man, the name is Rod. I'm an AV tech at Small Schools Rentals.
Oh, wait, hold up. Now,
I gotta tell him.
He said he gotta tell him. He said he gotta tell him.
Time
He said he gotta tell him. Tell him.
I didn't want your work schedule, bro. I wanted your passion schedule. That's what we was looking for. That's what we talk about on the download. We spiritual. Huh?
We spiritual over here,
We
man.
spiritual over here. So we talking about what we do.
Right,
who are we?
I-10 United Methodist Baptist. No, I'm joking, man.
Yeah, I know.
So look, man.
Yeah, I see. But no,
Yeah,
tell them about
man,
what
so
you do, man. Tell them about the
man.
Premiere, the Adobe.
Yeah, man. It's Quebec, man. I'm a freelance AV technician. Do video work as well, man. I'm an aspiring musician, artist. I just got a lot. I got a lot to say. I got a message, and it's just really more so about enlightening, waking up, the youth, and encouraging them, motivating them, educating them, to take themselves seriously. Not only that, understand, the economics, behind, our current state and how we could just better one another, better ourselves, and just be stronger as people, man. So when you listen to the music, when you listen, when you see the content online, just know that that's the backstory behind it, man. We as people need to stick together, man. We got to get our propaganda up. We got to change the perception of us, and we got to make it a full-time job about it, man. So,
Okay.
That's all about.
Listen to you.
Yeah, I'm
now,
with that.
With that being said, the reason why I wanted that beautiful background, because with that being said, I want everybody, because Marcus hasn't heard this, Rod, but I'm very aware of your stance on independent versus actually working with a label and collaborating with somebody for a form of distribution. Right. So Marcus isn't aware of how you feel about
I want to hear this. Please break it down. My headphones are coming on.
Why don't you go ahead and let him know?
All right, so terminology to change depending on which industry that you're in. Dictionary definitions, there's not just one dictionary definition. There's definitely, 2, 3, 4, for one word.
Yeah.
When we speak of independent artists, we speak of doing everything by yourself, being, a one-stop shop. You just being just a machine in yourself. You're doing everything by yourself. As an independent artist, being independent, if you take the word independent, of course, there's no outside help. You're doing everything by yourself.
Right.
In the music industry, I'm not a professional, from what I
So Chance the Rapper, independent or not?
No, independent. Let me finish what I'm saying. Okay, I thought that being independent is, you just using your own money to fund whatever initiative that you have. If you want distribution, if you're paying out of your pocket for distribution, just because you're contracting, you're hiring somebody else to do your distribution for you, it's your money, that you're paying them. So it's not so much, yes, you're using somebody, so you're not independent, but if you're using your own money, you're not exclusive. They don't own you. They're just providing a service for you, and that shouldn't take away from your independent status.
So Chance the Rapper, independent or not?
Chance the Rapper, I don't know the specifics of his deal, but I remember that because the whole conversation started when you said that he's not independent because Apple is distributing music.
No,
and
I said he's not independent because he had a deal with Apple for the coloring book thing that they got him the Grammy and everything like that. Like, there was a deal there, and that's not the same as the person trying to get this music off with very little help or just off of his core fans. That's not the same thing, and therefore he is not independent.
So if we don't know, if we don't know the specifics of the contract, then we can't really say
if we know
that.
they helped, then we
If
know
they
he
know
wasn't
they
independent. I guess the stance I'm getting to, this is Michael Foreign, and how I feel is that and how I feel is that you're not independent if somebody is helping. If you have a corporation's backing.
Okay, can I get a piece?
Go
right.
ahead. We already hashed this out.
All right, I think it's funny. I think it's mildly ironic that in network marketing, we seem to think that because we're independent contractors that we're business owners. And then oftentimes as music or musicians, we try and sell this idea that we're independent contractors when we're a part of a company. It's like the opposite.
Exactly.
But it's the same thing.
That's what I'm saying.
It's weird. It's the same thing. But it's like one wants you to think one thing and then the other one wants you to think the complete opposite, but they're both doing the same thing. Nobody is actually working by themselves.
Because it's beneficial to look like something you're not. And that's what I was getting at with the independent thing. Is it's kind of it's a ruse. It's a telemarketing scheme. I can't feel despicable or disgusted. I'm sorry. I can't feel disgusted by people who claim they're entrepreneurs, but they're really just telemarketer, pusher people. Right. They're just pushers. They just got the white tee on. They're not even the guy with the black tee selling the real crack. Right. They're the guys with the white tee selling little dime bags of crack on the side. Like, and the job is to get more people under you and more. Like, I can't feel upset that they're claiming to be entrepreneurs and then feel like.
So how do you grow as a small business?
Collaborate.
Wait, hold on. Watch this, Rod. Let me finish my statement, please. Yeah. Let me finish my statement, please. But I can't feel disgusted by them playing like that. And then these other people are playing like they're independent for the same ruse. Because the independent entrepreneur and the independent artist, they're the same thing. Yeah. They're the same underdog look. And so I can't mess with people playing like that's what they want to do if that's not really what they want to do. You know what I mean? Like that's not really what you're doing. You're just doing that because the underdog shit sells. That's what you want to do. You know what I mean? That's fake. That's what I was getting at. That's what I was trying to tell you. Oh, now you dead.
Okay. No. Like yes, you're very right. It's just like the network marketing. It's very much so like the network marketing. But the disagreement that we had was you can't partner up with somebody else, another company, whether they're bigger, whether they're smaller. You can't partner up and be independent. And I don't think that's a very accurate claim. If you're using your own money and you're creating the contract, if they sign a contract to be like to abide by your terms, like if you're not under them, if they're signing to do work for you, so like how does that take away from your independence?
It takes away from your independence. It only takes away from one standpoint, because a contract is just a written agreement as to how two parties may serve each other. Just the same way that Apple's working from him to distribute, they're using him and his traffic and fan base to get more subscribers. So they're both actually giving each other the same thing. Just like with Jay-Z. He used Samsung to go platinum when nobody was going to buy that shit.
Completely fucked up. Now everybody goes platinum
and
before
now everybody goes platinum before the thing sells.
Like,
but that's a part of the deal. He got phones sold, and so now his album sold. Like, it's a trade of service. It's not a one-sided thing. And we seem to think that contracts like 360s...
Of course it's a trade of service. Because you're trading services, you're not independent?
No, you're trading with somebody. You're working, you're collaborating.
Collaboration means you're not independent.
There's nothing wrong. What you are independent to do is after your one collaboration, you can go your own way, and that is always true. That freedom, I think that's what we're confusing with independent. You are independent in the fact that after you do your one deal for your one choice, you can go your own way, but you are not independent by statement.
Great point. There you go.
But you're not independent. You're not independent.
Now you bring clarity because I'm under an impression when you bring up the Chance and the Apple deal. I'm thinking that he's locked in Apple. But if he wants to do something after Apple, then as soon as he leaves Apple, does he get his independent tag back?
Yeah, but he doesn't get those masters.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what he doesn't get. Those songs, he doesn't get to keep those songs. He can perform them. He's going to get a piece of it forever. But he doesn't get to just leave with the songs. No, those songs are like co-property between him and Apple.
I mean, unless negotiated otherwise.
So the project is not an independent project.
Right. But he might be an artist who likes to move independently.
There we go.
Yes.
I can agree with that.
We can all agree.
Now we got clarity.
Oh, so you needed yin and yang.
This is good. This is good.
You needed yin and yang because you didn't believe me. This was a complete argument. You even brought in a separate entity who I can't name because that would be promotion. That would be promotion that he hasn't paid for. And according to him, I ain't